Let's make something. I think I want to start off with a piano of some kind. Go with G minor. Okay, so I'm going to try doing something with the melody a little bit differently today. I'm going to try being a little bit more formulaic with how I approach the melody. And by that I mean like I'm going to like approach it in a very specific kind of way. So I'm going to start by making like the main part of the melody, and then I'm going to introduce a like bass line, and then I'm going to turn some of the downbeat things into chords, and then we'll go from there. So let me just find a little melody that I can repeat every, like 4 bars or so. And then maybe in the second half we can change it slightly. Here we go. Okay, so I've got like a little bit of a main melody thing going on. So now I'm going to create a bass line of some kind. We've got our bass line. Now, what I meant by like turning it into chords is I'm going to put some notes in between to like, I don't know, like fill out the space and fill out the idea a little bit more. So I'm going to put some notes in between these bass notes and this main idea. You could do this above as well. There's all kinds of different ways you could go about this. But so I've got a G and a G. So in the middle, I could pick a G as well, but I want to pick, in this case, something different to just give it a different feel. So I'm just going to start playing with notes. That just already works. That's a little bit sadder. Ooh, actually, hang on. Ooh, hang on. So it's like it dun dun, and then it lets go. I don't know, I like that. And then maybe we can change it for the second half. I don't know if I like this note. Maybe we can go back up. Okay, I want something up top now that kind of does something different. So most of this is like repeating, twice, with the exception of this top part, which I made kind of slightly different. I could go through and change some of this a little bit. Maybe I'll do that. Hang on, let me listen for a second. Okay, so I think I might do like a little da-da-da. Nah, this one doesn't really work. And this is, I like the idea, but it's like too fast. Ooh, I like that, okay. So just slight variation, and I could do the same with the bass notes, but I don't think I want to. I think just making a slight change here, and then making this slight change up here, that's enough for now. Let's do something up top. Because I can hear like a so that's too fast. Then I can do like a little flutter here. So let's put this on half. Well, we'll see. I like it, I just didn't want it to be like as loud as everything else. Oh, that actually sounds... I feel like that should go over here, and then I'll leave it open to like loop back. A or A sharp? A. I'm hearing horns, or like brass or something. I want to add a bunch of effects to this brass to like push it in the background so it's not so in your face. So let me go ahead and do that. So I added halftime to this and left it on 1 bar because I didn't really want to change the timing. Although because of where the notes are, I don't think the timing would have been changed either way. Whatever. It's on 1 bar. But because halftime pitches everything down an octave, I pitched it up an octave to make up for that. And that plus these other effects just makes it sound really like dark, like kind of messed up. In fact, I think I'm going to do something else to this. I've got something called Front Pole Retro, which I think emulates like RC20 in a way. I'm going to add a little bit of vinyl noise. Some wobble. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put some effects on the piano as well. I want to layer something with this. I do the flute. Okay, so as far as the effects go, for the brass, I've got some delay, chorus, flanger, reverb, just kind of like texture effects basically, to like push it into the back and make it washed out and, like I said, texture. I've got halftime as well, also for texture because it just does something to the sound that I like. I've got some Frank Paul Retro, which kind of like mimics RC20 in a way. It's got some different effects. I've got some wobble, which like detunes it and like, I don't remember what the word for it is, but it like bends the pitch up and down. A little bit of vinyl noise as well, some slight distortion, a little bit of digital, magnetic, and some space, which is like reverb. It's kind of like reverb. A fruity limiter, and I'm adding some saturation to this just to give it a little bit more like of a grit to it. And then I'm EQing it, and you can see the noise that's being generated by RC, or not RC20, but the thing that's emulating it. And then for the piano, I've just got a little bit of chorus mixed way out. I just wanted a little bit of that texture, some reverb, and a limiter, just to make sure things are nice and loud. So here's what we have so far. So I'm going to throw a soft clipper on the master for now. And that's because I'm going to add an 808. I don't think this 808 is hitting hard enough. Could add a kick to this, or I could change the 808. a basic pattern. Not really feeling this 808. Okay, so I switched the 808 to a Spins 808 because I didn't like the way the other one sounded, and Spins just happens to work for this one. Spins works for a lot of different beats. I mean, there's a reason why so many people use it. So, okay, so I think I want a clap, but I want like a super crunchy, like low end. I say low end, like medium low end sounding. Let me see if I can find. So something like this, but I might shave some of the high end off of it and layer it with another sound. There we go. And then I'm going to pair something else with it to make up for some of that higher end that I'm taking out. So let's find another sound. Anytime you're layering sounds, check the polarity of one of them. Like just flip the polarity of one of them to make sure that the sounds aren't canceling each other out, because you'd be surprised by like how much louder or better something can sound when you just flip the polarity of like one of the two layered sounds. So in this case, the clap and the rim that I'm layering up, I had it like this. That has like a weird like quality to it. So I flipped the polarity of one of them and it fixed it. At least in my ears, it fixed it. So now it doesn't have like this weird flangery sound to it anymore. Whereas before, it's a subtle difference, but I like this better. It sounds more full. Anything that's not the main snare or main clap, I tend to, and it's like a percussion sound or drum sound, I tend to layer it. Obviously, I don't do that with like the kick or the 808, but with other percussion sounds, I tend to pan them left or right. There we go. It's too loud though. I think that's really all I need to do for the counter snares in this one. I might do some like more complicated stuff, maybe with some open hats or something. I don't know, but I think for the counter snares and main snares, and claps, that's good for now. Let's go to some hi-hats and some crashes. Let's do maybe we can do one there. Yeah, that's good. And then just repeat that on both halves. And then, like I said, I'm going to pan these. Sounds good. Okay, like that bounce. Let's just copy and paste that. And something I often do with my hi-hats, not always, but often, I will like copy it over like I just did, but then I will flip the second pattern horizontally just to see how it sounds. That kind of messes up the bounce, so I'm going to go back to the way it was. But oftentimes you can get full like variation by doing that. That actually sounds cool. Like we're clipping, we're going above 0 up here, which gives it a weird, like, distorted effect. Okay, let's add a kick. You don't have to add a kick, but I feel like in this case it'll add a lot of impact. I'm going to be like sparse with it, so I'm going to have it hit like boom. A couple 808s are going to hit, and then boom, it's going to hit again. A couple 808s are going to hit. So let me find a kick. So the kicks are only hitting on the downbeat. So 1, 3, 5, 7. So that didn't sound great. So I'm going to, again, check the polarity. So I'm just going to flip the polarity of the kick. Various other things, but this is like the majority of what you're going to hear in the finished beat. So let's listen back to it.